Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vineet, and I am here to bring the answer to a very important question of the year. Does PHP still matter? Now, there might be some of you that don't even know what PHP is, so why should it matter? Well, let me give you a small breakdown of what PHP is. PHP is an open source scripting language used for the web. It's a server-side scripting language. It stands for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. It's a powerful yet easy to learn language. When I first started with web development, PHP was the language that we used. Initially, everything is gibberish, but I found that it's quite easy to pick up and understand, and in no time, I was developing in PHP. What I do like about the language is that, in my opinion, it's quite a free language that allows you to do what you want and build many powerful solutions. But we do know that with great power comes great responsibility. So it could be quite easy to break stuff and write bad code essentially. Now, PHP has some really awesome features, such as it's simple and easy. It's very popularly known for its simplicity, the fact that it's easy to learn, and its familiarity. Its language has similar syntax to that of Pascal or C. And coming from a programming background, you'll find that the language can easily be understood and it's quite efficient. It's an interpreted language rather than compiled, adding to its speed, but also could be the result of more errors. It's flexible in the sense that it can be integrated with XML, JavaScript, HTML. It's also platform independent. It can run on Windows, Linux, macOS, Unix. It's a loosely typed language, so you don't have to declare the variable types. PHP will do this during the execution time when you assign a value to the variable. It's quite fast, much faster than ASP.NET, Perl, JSP. The memory manager of PHP is quite optimized. Even connection to the database and loading the tables is quite quick. And there's real-time access monitoring, which provides a summary of users' recent access logins. There's many types of headaches that you can get from PHP, such as the migraine, hypertension. There's many types of headaches you can get, but PHP, obviously, as you can see from this picture, gives you quite a big headache. Many individuals quite hate PHP a lot. In fact, the 2019 survey by Stack Overflow identifies PHP to be part of the top 5 most dreaded programming languages. What you generally want from a programming language is that it's consistent, it's predictable, it's reliable, concise, and simple to debug. But with PHP, it's quite easily to produce bad code. Many other programming languages have many restrictions, but the freedom of PHP, with the freedom that PHP gives you, you're more likely to get errors. Some of these is inconsistency and poor design. If we look here at these two string functions, you can see that the naming conventions are inconsistent. There's quite a few surprises as well. For example, the MySQL real escape string is a deprecated function. EAll was created to display all errors, but for some reason doesn't display strict warnings. For that, you'd need to use E_strict. And it's unreliable. Foobar compared to true evaluates to true. Foobar compared to 0 evaluates to true, but true compared to 0 evaluates to false. And it's an opaque language as well. There's no stack traces by default or for fatals and complex editing. So now with that in mind, should we be using PHP for enterprise solutions? First of all, what is an enterprise software? It's a business management tool for creating organization-specific needs. Unlike client-facing software, which is built around a marketing concept, enterprise software often refers to internal solutions that align with a particular corporation's activities. An enterprise solution can be ERP systems, CRM systems, CMS systems. It's important to understand, though, that enterprise software is something that needs to be reliable, secure, scalable, powerful, and independent. And we know that enterprise software is not some little web page. It's a large-scale software. And there could be possible issues when using PHP for large-scale projects. For example, maintenance. Ooh, that was fast. Maintenance. Sorry about that, guys. Maintenance, for example, can be quite difficult since our PHP language is not as extensible when compared to other languages like Node.js. Security, in the perspective of PHP, is an open source nature. Hackers can easily use the bugs in the source code to access valuable data. And debugging is not a dream either when it comes to PHP. And this can be a problem, especially when your large-scale enterprise solutions require proper error handling. So should we be using it? It's easy to mistake PHP for a simple language suitable only for small businesses and low user loads. PHP is changing the game by responding to business needs such as scalability, support, reasonable cost, and speed of development. The biggest myth around PHP is that it doesn't scale. But this is false. The major overhead in web applications come from either network traffic or database connection. Higher performance means load faster or load less. PHP 7 offers the right tools to achieve great scalability, performance, reliability with less effort in configurations and server maintenance. PHP application development can be supported with several prominent and mature frameworks that incorporate great architectural concepts such as dependency injection, aspect-oriented programming, caching, inversion of control. Frameworks like Symfony and Laravel speed up development and offer long-term support, but they actually lower the effort required because they provide many bundle components like authorization, authentication, roles, and access management out of the box. So can we use it? Yes, as long as the proper architecture is designed in its foundations and a powerful framework like Symfony back it up. PHP application development, whether for enterprise or startup, can be successful. But should we be using it? I'm going to say no for the one perspective that there are other programming languages such as Java, which have well been used for enterprise software. And this is because they have richer tools to work with. Java, for example, has certain built-in security features that other programming languages like PHP itself doesn't, which would require the developer to use additional PHP frameworks. And development is also faster in terms of debugging when compared to PHP. Does PHP still matter though? Well, it's a really good question. And for this, I'll need to provide you with some statistics. 78.9% of all websites with a known server-side programming language use PHP. That's almost 8 out of 10 websites on the internet. Not to mention, but Facebook, Wikipedia, and WordPress all use PHP. And the great thing about PHP is that it's always improving and it's getting better. We're currently now on version 7. And in 2020, you can have cybersecurity on your websites, you can integrate cloud technology in your website, create Instagram-like filters to even creating content management systems with PHP. Now, I know that many other languages can do the same thing, but from what PHP was to what it is today, I think it's come a long way. So does it matter? My answer is yes, it does matter. Should you be jumping on the PHP bandwagon? You know, this is a very important decision to be making after what I just told you. As I informed you, PHP is almost using 80% of the web. If you're doing a lot of web development, you're probably going to come across PHP. And even now that I show you that it can be applied to enterprise solutions, there's a possibility you might just come across it in your life. Currently, with the work that I do now, I use C# and Python. But in the past, when I developed with PHP, I learned a lot about how the web works, from AJAX calls to how the front end talks to the back end. So I don't want to tell you to learn something that you might never use, but it might be worth it to learn something you never knew. And if your direction is towards web development, then by all means, you should be learning PHP, because 8 out of 10 times, you're going to be coming across PHP. Thanks. Thank you. Any questions? Please let me know.